Assalamualaikum and good day, madam. Today I will present a study that has been made based on the given title, which is an alternative work schedule or arrangement. I will present the entire section starting with section 1.0, which is brief description of the approach, until section 5.0, which is conclusion. I will start the presentation with a brief description of an alternative schedule or work arrangement approach. In general, a schedule can be said to be a time arrangement arranged together with activities according to self-planning that will be used as a reference to do a work or project. Typically, scheduling will be used to plan work or projects and manage projects. This approach is very helpful in preparing the schedule according to the appropriate time or desired time. With this, work can be carried out perfectly without any problems such as time interruptions or overlapping work. An alternative work arrangement is defined as a work arrangement that differs slightly from the normal work arrangement. If the normal work arrangement cannot help in the execution of the work or project well, then an alternative work arrangement can be used to get a good execution of the work. An alternative work schedule or arrangement is an important approach to be implemented or applied by employees in doing a job or project because it helps make it easier for someone to complete a job or project more flexibly. It can be seen clearly, the current context has greatly influenced our lives, starting from life at home to the workplace that affects work management through economic, social, political, cultural, and technological factors. Before applying this approach in life, we also need to understand and take into account the current context that is happening or that has happened so that we can set any plans according to the changes that are seen so that alternative schedules or work arrangement approaches can successfully improve quality, productivity, and employee satisfaction. By understanding the prevailing context, we can organize work and personal life through several reforms in accordance with the current context changes that affect work and personal life. That is, by implementing an alternative schedule or work arrangement approach. Based on the current context, there are several aspects or things that we can see that have already proved influence and change in daily life and in work matters. Among the current context that bring impact and change in personal life and work affairs are: the first one is coronavirus outbreak or COVID-19 pandemic. In this space, nations are not allowed to do any movement outside the home or go out of the country to other countries and go out to work. And if the instructions are violated, action will be taken immediately. The increase in the epidemic of this disease has had a profound effect on any occupation, leading to change in the way of working, the work environment, and the network in work. In my view, working from home or remote work is an alternative that can be used for workers who are housewives, infectious workers, or workers who have constraints to attend the office. I agree if this alternative is adopted because it can make it easier for employees to still complete their work. If it can be seen through the above context, the COVID-19 epidemic phenomenon has brought change to the implementation of work from the office to work from home. Until now, there are a few employees who prefer working from home rather than working in the office. The next one is the development of information and communication technology. The development of technology has also become a change that occurs today, where information and communication technology has developed and changed to AI, which is artificial intelligence technology that is in the field of computers and science that has helped a lot in completing complex tasks in a short time. In fact, this AI technology is able to provide a variety of information in an instant and is able to complete human work and life because it is able to replace machines to complete human work. The use of technological sophistication can be one of the best alternatives for companies and industries in improving work quality and increasing work productivity. In my view, it is appropriate to apply alternative work arrangements through the application of AI technology in work management and industrial management because of the technology's ability to reason and act like humans. Change and development of social and cultural aspects. If seen through the context of today, social and cultural aspects change from time to time so as to benefit the work structure that is with the existence of flexible work arrangements. The change can be seen in terms of leadership style, technological sophistication, and hiring. Change in social and cultural aspects have also led to change in leadership styles that change gradually for each leader. Change in technology have provided many improvements in work efficiency. This is also quite challenging for employees because the need for them to work will decrease. So each employee needs to improve their respective expertise through alternative work arrangements and some training. In my view, this study of change in social and cultural aspects can help in the approach of schedules and alternative work arrangements implemented through transparent leadership in teams, organizational structures that suit the needs of employees, and the use of advanced technology, flexible work schedules, also strengthening the relationships between employees and employers. Next is change in the phenomenon of employment and education. The phenomenon of employment and education today has led to several changes in terms of the implementation of work and education based on technological sophistication. That is, the implementation of work and education is now carried out online. Also depends a lot on the sophistication of technology today. Not only that, now education is expanding and can be learned only through websites or social media that have shared a lot of knowledge and education. In my view, the schedule or work arrangement approach based on the context above is very helpful in terms of improving compatibility between work and the change that occur. If the implementation of work today is largely guided by technology, then every organization or company or industry can try to increase productivity, flexibility, and implement the use of efficient and sophisticated work equipment. There are still many efforts that can be implemented to meet this approach in accordance with the context, one of which is to increase in tips training for employees through technology mastery, provide strong data protection, and work information through cyber protection, and improve communication between jobs through the use of advanced technology even from away. Based on studies and research that has been done on the alternative work schedule or arrangement, there are many examples related to the approach. To make it easier to understand, I will include some examples related to the schedule approach and work order that I have found. The relevant examples provide an overview of how the alternative work schedule or arrangement are implemented in the management of organizations or industries to increase employee productivity. We can state that the implementation of an alternative work schedule is very important to divide the task with a certain time that is the time to complete the given task. Any organization or industry needs to provide an alternative work schedule to meet the organization's needs and produce quality employees in completing tasks. In general, the creation of a project schedule can also be characterized by its intended use. A preliminary pay schedule, more commonly called a plan, can help in formulating a project implementation strategy. Examples of strategic plans include feasibility plans, optimization plans, and consensus plans. The project schedule enjoys its best use as a communication, coordination, and collaboration tool. Alternative work schedules or arrangements are divided into several types that can be the choice of any organization or industry to use them in organizing work or business. Among the clear examples of alternative types of schedules or work arrangements are: first is work independently or contract. In this type of work schedule or order, employees have to carry out tasks based on the project that has been fully accepted, and the project has to be completed according to the set time. Based on the example given in the report, Ahmad has the opportunity to choose whenever he has time to work independently, and the chosen time is based on his own decision but must adhere to the project's time frame. Working hours can be arranged based on the desired day. The second one is flexible timetable. Based on a flexible timetable, employees get complete freedom in determining their working hours, working days, and workplace as long as the working hours determined by the employer met and meet the work conditions set by the employer. Based on the examples given in the report, employees can make choice in setting everything at work as long as it really meets the employer's wishes. This kind of work schedule or order greatly opens up space for employees not to work under extreme pressure and can work calmly and according to the plans of their respective employees. This approach is also suitable for companies that only need employees to be in a certain field of work such as marketing. The third one is fixed full-time schedule. For this alternative, employees can arrange compact working hours where employees can also set to work at the same time and day every working week. If the working day is a week, employees who work overtime on that working day are allowed to reduce working days in the following working week. This alternative work schedule or arrangement is not much different from a flexible schedule because employees can choose to work at their desired working hours as long as they comply with the working hours set by the employer. The schedule is suitable for those who work full-time so that the order of work in this schedule helps facilitate the division of time with the assigned tasks. Remote work. There are some companies or industries that give flexibility to their employees to use this alternative of working remotely or working from home. It is true that there are employees who prefer working from home rather than having to be in the office every working hour, and there are also a few employees who face anxiety problems so that they do not have the opportunity to be in the office but are still able to do their work even if they are not in the office or in the office or workplace. This alternative has provided a balance between the work and personal problems of employees, and the rights of employees remain prioritized. This alternative is one of the best alternatives, especially for employees who work in the field of marketing, IT, and those who go along with it because work can still be carried out even if they are not in the office. This alternative also helps the company or industry provide low overhead costs and does not require high financing for the company's operational responsibilities and employees. Work schedule according to shift. This work schedule is a work schedule made for a group of employees who will work in shifts according to the working hours that have been set. Working hours vary according to what has been set by the employer. Usually, shift work will be divided into 3 different times, which are morning, afternoon, and night shifts according to a specific day. This alternative work schedule or arrangement is usually provided by organizations, companies, or industries that are required to operate for 24 hours, such as hospitals, clinics, gas stations, and 24-hour eateries. Here is an example that can be associated with this alternative. Work sharing schedule. This alternative work schedule or arrangement involves the cooperation of 2 or 3 part-time workers who work regularly and are willing to share tasks and cooperate in doing the work. This alternative work schedule or arrangement allows 2 or 3 part-time workers to work the same as a full-time worker. So, companies do not need to lay off employees when the company experiences uncontrollable challenge. They can remain employed even if their working hours are reduced. A company or industry will divide the full-time schedule and tasks as a full-time employee does with a part-time employee. These part-time workers will work as a team that will help each other. The working hours of this alternative work schedule or arrangement are flexible and all depend on the instructions or agreement of the employer. The last one is compact work week schedule. This alternative work schedule or arrangement as an employee to work overtime in one working day, and the employee can reduce the working day in that working week, where if the employee works for 10 hours exceeding 8 hours of working time, it means that the employee can choose to work for only 4 days and holiday on the 5th working day. It is one of the benefits given to employees if the employee chooses to work beyond the set working hours in a day. This alternative is suitable for business that set full-time work without having to adhere to standard working hours. This alternative is usually used by workers who want flexibility in their schedule and don't mind using extra time at work as long as it doesn't involve long days in the work week. Advantage can be defined as a benefit or good obtained through something or a decision. Advantage is also something that gives good or profit. Weakness can be defined as a lack that can lead to a threat or problem. Weaknesses can cause a number of problems that can be a nuisance. Each approach in management certainly has its own advantages and disadvantages. Likewise, with the implementation of an alternative schedule approach or work order that has its advantages and disadvantages. There are many advantages of an alternative schedule approach or work arrangement that will be obtained if this alternative is used in an organization, company, or industry. It is not only an advantage for employees but also beneficial for employers and management of organizations, companies, and industry. Among the advantages that can be gained from an alternative schedule or work order approach are: first, increased productivity. Alternative schedules or work arrangement approaches are very helpful in increasing productivity regardless of whether it is in a work team or a company. With the alternative schedule and work arrangement approach used in an organization, the increase in organizational productivity can be seen through a good working environment, providing comfort and guaranteeing comfort. The work environment also does not provide distractions that can cause stress to employees. The company will also always have the opportunity to improve innovation and upgrade the work model and effectively achieve the organization's objectives and goals. Productivity on employees is also guaranteed if an alternative schedule approach or work order is a priority in work management. The second one is cost reduction or lower cost. Approach to alternative schedules or work arrangements that encourage employees to work from home or work remotely actually help reduce the cost of operating, financing, or overhead costs of this company because these employees are not in the office and necessarily they do not use equipment or utilities provided in the office such as electricity use, network computers, which is internet, and materials for office use such as paper and office supplies. This is because variable overhead costs can change and are only charged depending on the amount of usage, unlike fixed overhead costs such as office rent. In fact, working from home can save employees time, money, and stress because they don't have to commute to work. Next, employee attraction and employee retention. Not all employees are interested in working under standard working arrangements or standard and flexible working hours. Many workers prefer to work under flexible working arrangements where they are free to determine their working hours according to their plans. This approach gives them freedom and does not put pressure on them. It is also possible that there are high quality and high performing employees who do not have the opportunity to work during standard working hours due to family or personal matters. So there is the potential for them to resign or quit their jobs. It also can increase the company's profit. Organizations that focus on this alternative schedule or work arrangement approach in a company or business are definitely able to increase business hours to be longer, considering that the work arrangement is becoming more organized and helps employees provide better service and cooperation to customers. It has the potential to generate more sales within a day and increase customer loyalty to the company or business. Not only that, with the profit obtained, the company or organization can hire new foreign workers who are more talented and professional who can help bring big changes to the company and bring more innovation than companies or professional organizations from foreign countries. It also can balance between working hours and life. The alternative work schedule or arrangement approach is very helpful for employees in terms of finding a balance in work and personal life. This is a demand for individuals who have a commitment to work while also having to live a personal life. By using alternative work schedules and arrangements, employees can achieve a balance of time between working and managing a prosperous personal life to achieve satisfaction in life. This is a priority for many workers to achieve happiness and mental fitness. Therefore, alternative work schedules offer the opportunity to better balance work and personal life through more control over when and where work is done. The balance obtained can reduce the stress of life because of the focus on hard work and achieving well-being in the life you dream of. Next, disadvantages. Apart from the advantage, there are also some disadvantages from the alternative schedule or work arrangement approach that will be obtained if this alternative is used in an organization, company, or industry. This weakness can cause losses and can overcome existing advantages if management is not smooth. Among the disadvantages that can be found from the alternative schedule or work order approach are encourage more careful planning. The preparation or alternative work schedules should begin with research in advance by identifying the business strategy, the needs and priorities of employees, the needs of the company, and the skills required in each shift of a company or organization so that a balance in the schedule can be achieved. This is because normally managers will have difficulty in determining the balance between the needs and priorities of employees, the needs of the company, and everything related to the internal management of the company. The solution is that all the needs and priorities involving the employee and the company or organization must be well researched and must be analyzed first so that all the software created in the table can be moved clearly and easily. The next one is disrupting workflow. Based on the implementation of flexible work through alternative work schedules or arrangements implemented in the company or organization, employees can choose to start or end their shift at a desired time, and that time is different from the alternative work schedule or arrangement. This can result in bottlenecks in the workflow due to complicated and unbalanced working hours. The solution to this problem is that managers need to ensure that employees communicate tasks, project submission, and work updates effectively. The implementation of work coordination is strongly encouraged to overcome unclear communication problems, failures in teamwork, and inconsistent decisions that affect workflow. It can cause coordination of work becomes more difficult. Yes, creating an alternative schedule or work arrangement requires an appropriate division of tasks for a designated time or shift. Therefore, the creation or implementation of alternative schedules or work arrangements can make it more challenging to synchronize tasks or divide tasks between employees working different schedules. Not only that, sometimes the coordination of work in the organization is considered unimportant so that the employee has to face problems in his department, which is the problem of working not according to the rule. The solution that can be done to overcome this weakness is to implement work coordination by using joint internal communication methods to obtain decisions or approval from employees or staff on decisions made in the implementation of schedules or alternative arrangements to facilitate alternative work to organize tasks in parallel. When clear and concise communication is made, that's when the team's workflow and efficiency improve. It's also difficult to monitor employee progress. Alternative work schedules or arrangements can give employees the flexibility to work from home or telecommute. These are some of the advantages that can lead to disadvantages where the following employees are difficult to supervise and manage by employers or officials because they are not in the office and are not under the supervision of employers or superiors. So, it is difficult for employers or superiors to identify how they are doing their work, and it's difficult to know the progress and achievements of employees at that time if they are not in the office or at work. A solution that can help to overcome the deficiency is to use modern methods or equipment that can track or record working hours even in a long distance. In addition, the implementation of meetings should be held periodically in order to open communication channels between employees and to be aware of their situation in performing or completing tasks. It can cause workload increases. Alternative work schedules or arrangements can sometimes add to the workload of those who work from home or work remotely. This is because employees need to focus on work in addition to managing their personal lives. They have to struggle to find a balance and clear time between work and personal life, not to mention having a family at home. This causes them to work more hours than necessary, which can increase stress and burnout because they have to manage two things at once. The solution that can be done to overcome this problem is to be disciplined in managing time and divide time more carefully so that there is no barrier between working time and time managing personal life, and the time used for work does not overlap with the time used for personal life, so feel the need to work overtime. In conclusion, the study made on alternative work schedules or arrangements has revealed that this approach can lead to good if applied according to all the needs of their company or organization, and this approach can also lead to bad if it is not suitable for work management in the organization. Overall, this alternative work schedule or arrangement is an approach that is widely applied or practiced by companies or organizations because it is a strategic method can contribute to profits for employees, employers, and organizations, thus helping in the long term. Therefore, the recommendation that can be implemented to arrange this alternative work schedule or arrangement is that employees need to be good at balancing work time with personal affairs as best as possible. Employers are advised to efficiently monitor the work department to obtain a flexible workflow and productive workforce in addition to providing training to improve the skills of employees from various important angles and for them to face a work arrangement that is easy and quick to change as desired situation. With this, the schedule or alternative work arrangements that are implemented are able to bring results and profits in accordance with the vision and mission of their organization and meet the work balance. That's all from me. Thank you.